Welcome back, everybody, to another post-game edition of the Analyst Desk. You know what? The intro's so nice we'd play it twice. It is I, Jacob Moore, sports analyst, joined by Adam the Goat.
You had me thrown through a damn loop. You played it twice and you confused the hell out of me.
You know who isn't confused? Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo! Hello, everyone.
Dan's used to it by now, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I still get thrown through a loop when it happens. I'm like, what?
I still scare you at the end of the show, and sometimes I just randomly come back and yell like bananas.
Yeah, when you yell random things, it gets me.
But, hey, you know what? Interesting game tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs, to say the least. I mean, a comeback win is a comeback win, and a win this team desperately needed.
And most importantly, Jacob, the most important fact, Auston Matthews is now 1 goal away from the all-time goal record. 1 from tying it, 2 to break it. Let's go.
Is that most important, though, at this point? I'm more important is winning a Stanley Cup.
No, I would like him to pass Matt Sundin.
You guys
that's important right now. Like, the cup would be next, but like
for this season,
the most important next is Matthews getting the record, making the playoffs, and then trying to compete for a cup. That's the order for the rest of the season.
And before we start breaking everything down for our viewers on the YouTube side, we have a poll started.
Of course we do.
Is AM34, meaning Auston Matthews, starting to get going once again? Yes. No. Too soon to say. So far, our viewers are saying too soon to say.
I'm saying yes because he's had I think 2 3-point games now in the last like 3 games. He of course missed the last one, but like I'm pretty sure it's he has had 2 3-point games as well as like 3 games played, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but he is getting going. Like, well, that you could also blame that first goal. The second goal was an unfortunate tip. The first goal, you could also say, OEL had a bad pinch. Matthews didn't expect the puck to get through like that. Still, not so great plays by 2 players who then each scored 2 of the next goals for the Leafs. Both had big games at the end of it. Beast had some big saves.
I agree with this comment from Wilder, and that's something I do want to get into. As much as we're all going on about Auston Matthews, 3 goals, 1 assist. Second goal especially reminded me of vintage Auston Matthews. We have to talk about Dennis Hildeby, the beast. And that save at the end of the game made save of the year. And
it was really good.
Just started. But that save, to do that when he did as well, is incredible. And I think another thing we have to give Hildeby a lot of credit for, he's been very good this year when he's coming in cold. When he's had to come in relief, he's played really well. I know his win-loss record isn't great, but you look at the rest of the statistics, man, Dennis Hildeby, I don't see how he goes back to the AHL this year.
He's NHL goalie at this point.
Well, there's no point in like activating Stolarz at this point. Like Wool, I think outside of this game, I don't think Wool's really played that bad since he came back. Today was not a great game from him. But like I don't feel like Stolarz is better than Wool at the moment.
I don't think he is either.
Especially this season. Like I just don't see a point in activating Stolarz if he gets healthy at some point this year. I don't see a reason to do it. I would also say trading Stolarz in the summer is now becoming an option. I would rather keep Wool than Stolarz at this point. If I'm being frank, I would rather keep Wool than Stolarz. Have Wool run Wool in the Hildebeest next season. Sounds like it looks like it's going to be it could be a good tandem, but of course we still have a long ways to go in this season to see. No, I don't think you can blame Wool either for this game. Like this game was just tough.
No, I don't think you can necessarily blame Wool, but I don't think Wool was the solution either tonight. That was kind of my.
Yeah.
He was kind of up and down tonight.
This has my big problem with Joseph Wool his whole NHL career. 1 minute he gives you a shout out, wins you a game, 33 saves, great job. Yeah.
Really?
The next game he allows 4 goals.
Why is my name Frank?
You said to be Frank.
Oh. That's why you changed it. That's funny.
The end of the day, what really matters is the Habs won.
7-5 win.
Hey, say what you want. You know what? The Montreal Canadiens are another team that are looking red hot right now.
Welcome back to the show, everyone.
I do want to say, though, Jacob, to correct myself, really, Matthews has 8 points in his last 3 games played. He had 3 points against the Sens. He had an assist against Detroit, and then 4 points tonight. So he's been hot his last 3 games played.
Well, and I really want to get more into Dennis Hildeby again. Like his record, he'll get the win tonight, so that'll be 3 wins in 15 games played. So you'd think he isn't playing that well. And he started 10 and has only won 2. But then you look at the rest of the numbers. You know, in a 912 save percentage going into this game and a 2.95 goals against average, both of those numbers are coming down.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly really feel, and the Leafs still need a top 6 forward, I think, to make a real push. Because, again, we see Max Domi, and I think Dan's Joseph Woll is my Max Domi.
Yeah.
The guy gets a partial breakaway and just stick handles himself into oblivion and almost falls over. High sticks a guy towards the end of the game, which almost cost the Leafs tonight. Like, yes, Max Domi still did some positive things as well, which you could say the same thing about Joseph Woll. Joseph Woll at times made some decent saves tonight. But I still think you use a guy like Anthony Stolarz if Hildeby plays this well going into the deadline.
Max Domi had
this going into the deadline. Then you use Stolarz to get that top 6 forward. There
but
are
if
so many
Stolarz
teams.
isn't
Yes,
healthy, nobody's going to trade for him. Stolarz actually has to be healthy for us to
yeah,
do
but
that.
Stolarz is skating, so he's close.
Yeah, so when he's healthy, it could work. But if he's going, well, it all depends also how he looks.
Again like that.
Because I would assume he goes to the AHL for a conditioning stint. But I guess it all depends on how he looks then, because nobody's going to trade for a guy who struggled so badly at the start of the year without seeing him play before they acquire him. So if he doesn't
Unless
play
you
before
also trade for a guy that's underperforming.
Yeah, well, Jacob, I'm just saying, like,
Josh Anderson.
Like, if we're gonna go out and try and get somebody, I do not feel comfortable trading Stolarz. If Stolarz starts to look really good in Montreal, that's gonna be, even if Josh Anderson plays well here, that's gonna hurt. I'm telling you that right now.
And
Sorry.
great
Because I know
comment here,
Dan just mentioned Josh Anderson, and I'm like,
Dan did.
nah, but if you like, I don't like making trades
Good to see
with direct rivals like that. I didn't like, even though I think the FNUF trade didn't turn out too bad for the Leafs. I hated when we did the Dion FNUF trade. I hated when we acquired not Gallagher. Maybe it was Gallagher, who we acquired from, I think it was Montreal.
No,
not
Gallagher. Alex Kachenyuk.
Thank you. I didn't like doing the Minton trade. Hated trading Minton away to Boston.
I actually liked Alex Kachenyuk as a Maple Leaf.
I don't like making trades with direct, like, especially rivals that are just so hated. Like, it's such a hated rivalry. I hate doing those trades. They always turn out poorly. No, it is, but it's
like when the Leafs got Michael Pekka when Darcy Tucker was on the team.
Yeah, but it's like I just don't like doing those trades because it could always turn out really badly. Like with how the Minton Carlo trade has turned out so far. Like, it doesn't.
I knew that trade would age badly. I just didn't think it would age like milk in 6 months. Mind you, don't drink milk that's 6 months old, especially.
Oh, I like trading Stolarz to Edmonton. Mangiapane's on the outside.
I was going to say that there's a guy you could bring in, Mangiapane. He's been
struggling.
Who I think Mangiapane in the right system. I've been watching this kid since he was in Barrie. He was on the Barrie Colts back in the day. Hell of a skater, lots of speed. You put him with Matthews and Bobby McMahon.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, that's a situation that you really like.
Fraser Mitten's got 15 points in 41 games plus 8, by the way.
Yeah, Carolina would be tough to flip Stolarz too, because I think Carolina would not trade you a ready top 6 forward. I think Edmonton will be desperate enough to do it. I'm also going to throw a team out there and say
Mangiapane's playing bad. Mm-hmm. I think Mangiapane's playing bad enough they'll do the trade because he's on their 4th line. So
he hasn't worked in Edmonton.
I think he could be a top 6 forward in the right environment again.
He's got 11 points in minus 17 in 41 games.
They would trade him though, Jacob. That's all I'm
saying. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
He's playing bad enough that Edmonton would be willing to do it to acquire, but I don't know if Edmonton really would be willing to acquire another goalie, especially if we don't take Pickard or Ingram.
Okay,
because they would have to get rid of one of those two.
We'll take Pickard and put him in the AHL.
Yeah, like I feel like that would be the burn.
Like I wouldn't bother, and you know what? It wouldn't bother me taking Calvin Pickard at all, because Calvin Pickard, say what you want about him, in the playoffs at times performed very well. I don't think it can be any harm to have an experienced goalie in your back pocket. Mind you, you'd have to have very big pants to fit an entire human being in your back pocket. But I mean, but no, I could see that trade being very beneficial for both Toronto and Edmonton. Maybe Captain Underpants is back. Yeah. And you know what, Lane? That is in our poll. If you'd like to join the poll, Lane would be joining us, but his voice went bye-bye.
Fun night last night.
Right now, we have in our poll 67% of people feel Auston Matthews is back. 17% say no. 17% say too soon to say.
Well, no. So, Jacob, I want to ask a question to the.
Whoa,
you're not going to get that much for Stolarz right now. If he can get healthy, and you play him. Sorry, Adam. If you can get healthy, and let's say he gets 3 or 4 games in and plays well, then yeah, you can probably. I don't know if you're getting a first and a top 6, but you can definitely get a top 6 for him on a bad team. Like maybe you call Nashville up and say, what will it take for us to get Philip Forsberg?
A lot. Okay, so now I have a question. I have a question for the 17% that is saying no. So you can send
Now
in
it's 14%.
Send in, well, whoever, anybody that said no, either leave a comment or like do something and tell me why you don't think he's back after this performance. Mind you, he has 8 points in his last 3 games he has played. Now, I would like you to tell me why he isn't back after today, after these last 3 games he has played.
Well, because you got to look, Auston Matthews against Detroit, he had an assist. Against Ottawa, 2 assists. I feel, and even the game against Pittsburgh when he didn't score, I thought he played really well.
Yeah,
I think Auston Matthews
the people, not you,
taking that corner. I think he's turning that corner. Well, Adam, I'm giving time to type.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Where do you find a Stolars? Well, you can find Stolars probably at his house.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I think he lives in a condo.
Oh, you could also find him in the press box.
You
find him in the press box.
Where did you? Me? You find me? You find me at the analyst desk.
I think you were saying,
I know. I'm just being a little poopy head. Oh, for all the pools, especially if it's you need to put who cares as a choice.
Wow.
Damn, man. That's
man. We might have an Argos fan in the chat, but he's not a Leaf fan.
Or just like don't answer it then. You don't have to answer the poll.
No, you don't got to answer, bro.
No, you don't have to answer the poll at all. Like
it's like voting with Donald Duck. You still got to vote.
Yeah, you don't have to answer the poll.
But I just feel if Auston Matthews, he's looking a lot better. And I want to say this too, as someone I don't think gets enough credit. I thought Bobby McMahon was absolutely flying tonight.
I love Bobby. I've loved him for years.
And okay, Mr. Craig Berube, listen to me. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. But also, there's something you need to do for me, please. Please, Craig Berube, from the bottom of my heart. Do you see these lines? Unless William Nylander is healthy, do not change the lines. Do not tweak the lines. Do not modify the lines. Don't even write them on a new piece of paper. Get that piece of paper you threw out in the garbage can and pull it back out and scratch out Winnipeg and change it to New York Islanders and change the date. Get some white out. These lines, you saw them on your screen. Keep them. Please. I'm begging you. Because it worked. Say what you want. This is the most offensive explosion we've seen from this team this season.
Yeah.
You can clean up the defensive stuff with this core. Obviously, if William Nylander's back, you put him in the lineup and then you send Easton Cowan to the Marlies. That's my 2 cents. But maybe I didn't think that was a hot take, but maybe it is. You need to make sure that you just leave these the way they are. It's a good lineup. I think this lineup could actually do some damage. All 4 lines were rolling.
Rolling.
Let's get back into
I like the lines too. I missed Joshua.
All polls need a non-answer answer. You know what? Then I'll just
don't answer.
I'll just start putting poll doesn't leave your screen.
You can. I've done it before. You can make it leave your screen. It may come back, but you can. I've done it before. It just might if you leave YouTube, it might just pop back up on your screen. But I've had polls leave before.
You would take Yarncroke out instead of Cowan. I just don't look when I say this. I like Easton Cowan. I just don't think he's NHL ready.
Yarncroke is effective down on the 4th line.
He is, and that's
he is, sir.
Hope I'm not a pain in your ass.
I was gonna say a smart ass comment,
but look, at the end of the day, I do think the Leafs. You know what? I think there'll be a lot of things to clean up, but overall, a win is a win, and I hope this is a win that can really spark everyone. Being down 4-1, looking dead in the water, and then getting the team to get going. Matias Marcelli also had a really nice game, Dan. I know you don't like him. I don't care. He's playing well.
Perfect.
Marcelli is playing really well of late.
Trade bait.
You know what? He has points in 3 of his last 5. He's starting to absolutely roll. Lane is furious. Leave the lines alone.
Oh, capital.
And let's hope. Yeah, I do hope they leave the lines alone. I really do.
Lane's yelling without even talking.
Yeah,
well, he said he may not talk for a week. Skill.
Good for you, Lane.
Lane, well, you're yelling, one of those like computers where you can just type in and it just says what you want to say.
Oh, that would be awesome. That'd be so funny.
But no, like Matthias Marcelli is, I think, starting to find another gear.
Yeah,
I thought he played really well tonight. He's now up to 15 points in 30 games. That's really not that bad.
No, for sure.
That's an interesting point, Chris. Maybe I'll start adding a none of the above choice would allow you to look at the metrics and see where your viewers are. That's an interesting point as well. So thank you, Chris. Appreciate the feedback. And guys, we always appreciate the feedback.
100% means a lot.
We're always looking to improve the show. So
we got that email address there too. We want to send us feedback that way as well. You can also inbox on our social media stuff. Leafs, yeah,
yes.
Go Leafs,
absolutely,
go.
Leafs indeed.
No, Dan, no, go Leafs, go. It just Leafs.
Happy New Year!
You guys are going to do that a lot, aren't you? That's good.
Maybe, but overall, I think the Leafs got to be happy with a big win tonight.
Yeah.
Now they reload, get ready for Saturday against the New York Islanders, who will be looking for a bounce-back win after they really struggled today against Utah. So don't expect that to be an easy game, but
that's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be.
When's that game tomorrow?
Saturday.
No, Saturday. Tomorrow's World Junior Day, man.
That's right. Because Saturday nights are like for fighting.
That's true. I don't know why. I just want to say.
And now the Leafs are only 2 points out of a playoff spot.
I do want to say this quickly. I don't like the fact that the World Juniors gold medal game is on a Monday night.
That is weird.
That's like the first day back of school.
I know it's weird.
That's a bad day to do it.
I gotta get up at 5 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that's just tough.
Absolutely, Dennis. Let's go for World Juniors. Got some exciting games on the docket tomorrow at the World Juniors.
Can't wait.
But while we have this time, why don't we look around the rest of the NHL?
Dan was going to eventually interrupt and say, let's look around the rest of the NHL anyway.
I like doing it. We got fans from all over the place.
Well, that's what, Dan, I'm making fun of you, buddy. Because now Jacob got to it before you did. We also wrapped up a good Leafs summary of a game in less than an hour, guys. We usually are yelling about the Leafs for like an hour.
But you know what? Today, Ottawa Senators get a nice 4-3.
Thank you, Dennis, of the Hearts.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Dennis. Ottawa Senators get a nice 4-3 win over the Washington Capitals. Let's kind of see how this broke down here. Tom Wilson had another nice game for Washington.
Wilson?
I mean, he's really showing why he made it to Team Canada. Jacob Chekrin is showing why he didn't make it Team Canada by having another solid game. It's confusing. Logan Thompson, so night in between the pipes. So the Ottawa Senators, you have Perron and Zetterlund, each of a goal. And there has to be more. Ridley Gregg and Nick Jensen with the other two. And who was in net for Ottawa today?
Yeah, he's Finnish, I think.
Yes.
I think.
But nice win for the Ottawa Senators. Islanders get their butts kicked by the Mammoth. Red Wings lose a tight one in overtime to the Penguins. Montreal wins a thriller. This game looked exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And the Leafs are not last anymore, by the way, Wilder, in the standings. They jumped like 4 spots by winning one game now. Because the standings are so tight in the East right now, but that could change by the end of the night still. But, you know, the Montreal Canadiens, they were up 2-0 early. Then Carolina stormed back, took the lead. Then Montreal took the lead again and never looked back. So big win for Montreal as they're trying to continue to climb their way up in the Atlantic.
Against a tough team, too.
Against a tough team in Carolina. The Tampa Bay Lightning with a nice 5-3 win over the LA Kings. And the Dallas Stars, after losing to Buffalo, are now losing to Chicago.
Connor Bedard.
I do want to say something because tomorrow is the Winter Classic. I don't know if you guys saw, but Mr. Alexander Barkov was out skating today on the Winter Classic ice. He is still like like I would assume a couple months away from coming back from his ACL tear. But like there's a reason that Florida did not get the full benefits of Barkov going down onto LTIR was because they already said earlier, they said once he got his injury, they were like, there's still the possibility he comes back for the playoffs. And I'm like, well, you guys aren't getting those full benefits this year.
No,
because they could have just said like, yeah, we're not going to activate him. He's not going to come back in the playoffs. They could have just shut him down for the whole year, but they didn't. Also, you can't really
you're
lie
not
about
going
that.
to a Barkov. It means you can't have him in the playoffs because he's an elite player.
Yeah, exactly. If you say that, they wouldn't have been allowed to. Well, and even if they do, I do want to point out this year in the playoffs, you still have to be within the confines of the salary cap for the team that is put out onto the ice. So your roster can be over, but the players you field every game, that lineup has to be within the cap constraints, which is a good thing to point out because even if like, let's say the old rules were still in place, but you still had the cap salary, you saw the salary cap in the playoffs. Like last year, Seth Jones wouldn't have been able to play in the playoffs because they would have been over the cap. Brad Marchand wouldn't have been able to play potentially as well. Like it's interesting.
It's
and
a very different playoffs.
Yeah, it will make a big difference in the playoffs.
Huge difference, yeah, 100%.
Because
that's how teams tiered the salary cap before, right?
Yeah.
Which now they're changing. It's not something you just can't do now like you could in years past.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you guys agree with me. I think the NHL made a weird decision by doing the Winter Classic on the 2nd and not the 1st.
They've been doing that for I think they've been doing that for this is like the 2nd straight year they've done that.
So I think I wonder if it's to try to compete with the World Juniors.
No, it's to not. It's not to compete with the college football playoffs. They play every year every year is usually the 1st. Anyways, they do. They're like New Year's Eve games,
right?
I wonder if that's the case. It's also at night tomorrow,
8:00.
It's also going to be I think it's set to be 19 degrees Celsius tomorrow in.
Yeah, but it's not an outdoor game.
What? No, they are. I think they're planning to have the roof open. I think they're keeping the roof closed. But I think they might have a plan to open up the roof at some point tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like playing in the Sky Dome.
The bigger concern I have is for the game in February where they're playing at Raymond James, which is wide open. They are going to have to cover the ice to basically try and temperature control it. Because they are because if it's warm still in February down there, which it was last year, they might be in trouble trying to keep the ice. But they'll probably play that game at night too. But there's still the concern of keeping the ice cold enough. It's weird. The Winter Classic, the Stadium Series, I'd be fine with having there. That one I have no problem with. The Winter Classic is literally called the Winter Classic. It is meant to be surrounded by snow, a la 2014 in the big house in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. The greatest Winter Classic game, I think, in my opinion. Or let's go all the way back to 2008 when Buffalo and the Penguins played in the literal snow as snow was falling all around you. That is the Winter Classic in my opinion. This is not a Winter Classic. This is a Florida Classic. I don't like it. And if I don't really care that Florida fans, I don't care that the Panthers have won 2 straight cups. I don't care that the Tampa Bay have won 2 straight cups. They didn't have to host these games in Florida. Could have hosted them literally anywhere else. They didn't need to be in Florida. Those 2 teams, I am fine having them involved. I could care less. I just don't like where they are being played.
I agree. Because you could reverse it and have Florida play in New York, right?
Yeah, it's not
have Florida involved in it.
Yeah, teams like Buffalo hasn't won a cup ever, and they got to host one. You winning a cup doesn't automatically mean you get the Winter Classic. That's not how the Winter Classic works. I don't think any team who has hosted a Winter Classic. If you want to fact check me, go ahead because I'm probably wrong. I'm not saying all, but the Winter Classic in general. I don't think the winner of the Stanley Cup has gone on to host the Winter Classic the next year. Because guess what? That's not how it works. That's not how these games are selected.
Like,
Florida,
usually they select them a few
nobody
years
cares
in
that you won
advance.
2 straight Stanley Cups. Nobody cares. Everybody cares that you're ruining the Winter Classic, in my opinion. The NHL and Gary Bettman are just chasing that money and are ruining the definition of a Winter Classic. Rant over about it.
No, but I would say, like, for the Winter Classic, it should be in a climate that actually has winter.
Yes.
Like, I can think of when it was that when they had an outdoor game at BMO Field, even though Dan argued with me that they never did.
They did, Dan, 2017.
I know, I forgot.
The centennial season for the Maple Leafs.
The Centennial Classic.
Like, you got to do it in... I agree with Adam on this one. If the Stadium Series, fine. The Winter Classic, I think the outdoor games are just losing its magic because they do so many per year.
That was my hiccup.
Jacob,
I think it's going to be one game a year on New Year's Day.
The Stadium Series has happened in warm climate before. That's why they made the Stadium Series. Like, the Winter Classic is the one that I think everybody has the issue with. The Stadium Series, I think people could care less because nobody cares about the Stadium Series, really. It's dumb.
This is an interesting comment here from Chris. Speaking of injuries, this one we were talking about the Barkov situation.
Yeah.
Particular tears of ligament. Seems to be there are more this season in the NFL and probably means CFL, than in recent memory. I think a big thing for this is bad turf. I think the teams are just cheaping out and not putting in, and they're not replacing their turf. And it's becoming a major problem. Like, Calgary's getting new turf now. Toronto's getting new turf. Ottawa just recently got new turf just for CFL teams. So I don't know the NFL ones.
Jacob, I do want to say this really quickly.
Say it, child.
So I know ahead of the World Cup this summer, all NFL teams, like all stadiums that are set to host a World Cup game, have been basically forcibly told by the NFL that they have really no choice in this matter, and that is they have to replace their turf. They have no choice. They have been ordered to do it. They have been told to do it. And so they all have to, every stadium has to replace their current turf with, I don't remember what it is. I don't think it's real turf, but it's like
artificial turf.
But it's like, it's turf that makes it easier to run and make sudden movements on than the current turf at all these stadiums. Like, it's different. It's different than what they have right now, is basically what I'm trying to say. And so none of them have the option. They have to do it. They got no choice in the matter. I also want to point out, it's not just over here. Because I know the reason that they're changing the turf is because during the Club World Cup, and then whenever teams come over and do like preseason, like European soccer clubs come over, they all complained about the crappy turf. There have been countless injuries there as well in terms of torn like ligaments and stuff. Maybe not torn ACLs like we've seen, but there have been
so many this year in the
tons of injuries. Like, I know women's football is like notorious for it. I think there have been like 5 or 6 players just this year that have torn their ACLs, which is crazy. Like, that is a lot of torn ACLs when you
we gotta fix that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy issue. But like, I did want to just point out that NFL stadiums, like anybody hosting a World Cup game this summer, are being forced to change their turf because of how many injuries. FIFA has basically told them, if you're going to host a game, you got no choice in this, which is what FIFA do that. It's their tournament. They can do whatever they want.
Well, and two, the amount of money it's going to bring into these venues.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sorry, afford a little bit of turf.
It's the same thing when Argo fans, and myself included, we're not happy with losing a couple home games. But at the end of the day, I understand why the MLSC agreed to it, right? So,
well, they wanted to do it. They put up the stadium. They put up bidding. They put them in the bidding, so they knew what was coming.
But that's what I mean. Like, I mean, I understand why they're doing it. Is what I'm getting at.
I'm okay putting the games in different stadiums. I'm not okay putting games all across the country. Like, they still have figured something out. But I just want to point out, because we actually forgot to talk about this last night. We realized we were off air while we're talking. I know it's a Leaf game show, but when we were talking about football, the Argos made some big moves in the past couple of days, way up to the new year.
Great moves.
Beautiful graphic, by the way, Jake. I love that. We're locking up Jake Hurswell, who I think has the potential to be one of the best receivers in the league. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was hurdling over people. Dave Underwear III, he's been a good
Unger.
Underwear, that's what I said.
No, it's Ungerer.
Underwear.
You said underwear, I'm pretty sure, right now.
Oh, I didn't mean to say underwear, so I
Okay.
didn't mean that. But
If you did say it or not, but that's what it sounded like.
yeah. He's been really good for the team for quite a few years now. And Dark Angelo, he was someone we picked up mid-season, but he looked really good. So I'm happy they brought him back.
Guy that
Awesome
really
name, by the way.
special teams
Yeah.
well. Did well in some roles when he had to fill in for Winston McManus. Now, I've had some people say to me, does this mean they're not going to re-sign Winston McManus? I think they're still going to re-sign McManus. I think it's more questions in the receiving core about Tavares Daniels and Dejon Brissett. I think those are more the question marks, the receiving core.
Tough losses.
And there's still the potential of Janarian Grant. To me right now, it's a 50-50 if he's going to be coming back or not, because he didn't have a great year. And Ungerer can also return kicks. And actually, Jake Hirschlow did a bit of that last year too in limited reps, and he looked good at it. So the Argos have some options there. Does also look like Tavares McFadden is not going to resign after he took to Twitter, basically saying,
I'm upset to see that too.
Which that's disappointing. Tea Time's been a big part of this organization the last couple years.
I really like him.
But no, Dan, thanks for bringing that into everyone's attention to big signings from the Toronto Argos.
No, Paul, I got my Grant jersey at the last Argo game just in case he doesn't sign back, because I really like Grant.
And just as a reminder as well, you're seeing that on your screen. If you are liking the content, please like, subscribe, share the videos.
Oh my gosh, guys.
And then you will get us even more often. And make sure you turn on notifications. That way, every time we go live, your phone will like ping and be like, yo, the best podcast since the War of 1812 is on the air.
So, Dan, you know what's crazy? Me and Jacob were talking about this before we went on earlier. After we went on earlier, that you plug it. Like you're always plugging that. I love that Jacob got to it before you did. That you didn't not plug that first. I find that really funny.
We got to change up every so often.
Yeah, I do want to point out though, with the Habs dub, this is the first game they've won in Carolina in 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
2016 was their last win in Carolina.
Holy cow.
Their last win was, to be specific, it was April 7th. So nearly 4 years. So like 3 years, 8 months, basically. They have not won a game in Carolina. And now they've done it. 9 years and 8 months.
I think depending what they do on trade deadline, I really think Montreal's the real deal this year.
He can make some noise in the playoffs.
I really like
Montreal goes out and gets a goalie. I think they can make some noise.
Yeah, no. They're definitely going to cause some issues.
I think they're going to be calling St. Louis about Jordan Binghamton.
Anthony Stolarz for Josh Anderson.
No,
I
won't
can see
happen.
it happening. I know Josh Anderson doesn't want to play here.
Will not happen. What I do see is them calling the St. Louis Blues since the GM publicly went on TV saying my team sucks.
Yeah.
So
you know what's so funny? Josh Anderson doesn't want to play here. He plays his best hockey in Toronto.
Well, his family's from Oakville, right?
It's really funny because every time he plays in Toronto, he scores.
Oh, he does every time.
It's really funny.
Doesn't his dad own a restaurant in Oakville or something like that?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah, I think that sounds familiar to me. Something like that. Either here or in Mississauga. I think it's something like that.
Now, why? Well, maybe it's Paul Credit. It's why around this area.
But with Montreal's win today, they are already up to 50 points. So Montreal's having a really nice season, 22, 12, and 6. If they can just find a better way to keep more pucks out of their own net, because they only have a goal differential of +1, because they've allowed 136 goals against.
Sounds like a lot. 40 games.
Which, I mean, compare it to Detroit at 134, but then you compare it to Tampa of only allowing 107. Like, it is certainly a thing Montreal would like to get that number down. But why don't we take a look at the standings, since, especially in the East, because the Eastern teams are wrapped up now. So when we take a look at the NHL standings right now, you know what I'll do just for you guys, especially for Dan, because he loves it when I make the font bigger for him.
Oh, yes.
So we got Detroit leading the Atlantic still, but Tampa and Montreal right on their butts. And I could really see I could really see Montreal being the one. I think Tampa's, I don't know. I know they have a great goal differential. I just think this team might run out of steam towards playoffs. Not they're not going to make it. I don't think they'll lead the division. I think this might be Montreal's division this year.
I think Detroit's a good team. I think Detroit will make the playoffs. I don't see Detroit being number one team in the East for the whole year. That's just my gut feeling. Tampa, I can see it.
Then we go to the Metropolitan. Carolina, is luckily for them at least, that the Islanders lost as well. They still hold on to their slight lead in the Metropolitan. But give the Islanders credit. They've been closing the gap on that lead substantially.
Give Philadelphia credit. This has got Dan Filardi in the offseason. Wow.
This has been my surprise team in the East right now. It's the Philadelphia Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to the wild card situation, and here's where things get interesting.
Yeah, whoever got these teams in the wild card.
There's only a 7-point difference between last and the top wild card spot. Great. So even Columbus, their season's not done yet, right? Like the Buffalo Sabres looked like they were dead in the water. Then they went on a 10-game winning streak, right? So Buffalo all of a sudden is playing some really good hockey. They're getting some goaltending. You win 10 in a row, it helps you out a lot.
Oh, that's for sure.
And Washington, I would say a bit of a disappointing season to where they were last year, the way they are right now.
I agree. I mean, Washington's another one. Like, they did okay last year, making a second round, but I think they could have done better. And we didn't do anything in the offseason. And, oh my gosh, we're a second line center. French guy.
Yeah, Dubois.
Thank you, Dubois. Yeah, he's been injured like most of the season. So that's a huge loss to Washington because I think last year for Washington, that's the best season Dubois has ever had.
They're not technically under 500.
They sort of are because if you take their overtime losses, but yeah, they're 17, 16, and 6.
But they're Jacob. I do want to point out, but they're not.
But they're not. So
technically,
yeah, I give Columbus.
That's not how that works. They are over 500.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look here, right?
Statistically, they are over 500.
Toronto still has a very good shot of catching up into the playoffs. They got a couple more Eastern opponents coming up. And it's going to get they're at least, I will say, at least they're not, and that's okay, Brandon. You're allowed to get an 8 and a 6 mixed up. Just don't let it happen again. No, I'm kidding. But let's also get some other comments here. How we feel?
Terrible.
I feel good. The game
I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
And I think Brandon just wants to point this out to you that Marcelli had another very good game.
Yeah.
I get
Marcelli starting.
He's getting going,
and all power to him. I'm still a little disappointed. Not in him personally. I just wanted a dominant power forward in our top 6, and instead we got, Martelli.
Oh my gosh,
doesn't do it for me.
Did he play well today, Dan?
He did. He had a great game.
There you go. That's all that counts, Dan.
3 of his last
played a good
5 games. And out of those 3 games, 2 of them were multi-point nights. Look, he's starting to get on a run.
He is.
And he's playing really well with Tavares. So be interesting once Nylander comes back, who gets moved off that second line?
Probably Marcelli.
Let's see. I mean, either that or do you put McMahon back down to the third because McMahon and Waugh played so well together, but
because Cowan
Marcelli probably gets moved down to the third line, and I think Cowan gets probably healthy scratched or sent down to the minors. That's still my 2 cents. It's not, by the way, and I say that Easton Cowan is a very talented young man. I think he is going to develop into a very good top 6 forward for the Leafs.
I agree.
I just don't think he's quite ready yet.
Why not put Cowan in the minors, have him dominate and get some 20 minutes a game, right?
Easton Cowan's got 11 points in 29 games, so on pace for around that 25, 28 points, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, I was
I thought at time he only played 11 minutes tonight, and I think that's just my issue. He's only averaging 14 and a half minutes a game. Out of his last 5, he's had some games where he got 16. Then against Detroit, he got under 10 minutes. Today, you're just over 11. I really think for young players to develop and get good, they need the minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm going Murray's and play 20 minutes a game.
Yarncroke, I think, comes out. But here's my issue with Yarncroke coming out. Adam kind of already spoke to this as well.
I'm always right on this cases, guys.
I mean, he's actually frank today, but exactly. Cowan and Yarncroke don't fill the same role. I don't know if I like Cowan in the bottom line. That's more of a checking line. And I get he adds a little bit of offensive flair to it. But say what you want, that fourth line was productive. On the OEL goal, it was a Lorentz chip in. Lawton, nice pass back to OEL. OEL rips it and dips it.
I like that Lawton and Lorentz. They're great people. I like Gomko too.
No.
But I gas or ass. So let's roll the bumper, and then I'll read the comments. Or is it ass? Should the Leafs run 13 forwards and 5D while Tanev is out for a while?
Ass.
I would say ass 100%. I say if anything, no offense, Lane. No offense, Lane. But with Tanev out, I could see the opposite way, playing 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, because Tanev puts in the minutes and the effort of like 2-3 other defensemen. But speaking of defensemen, one person I gotta give a huge shout out to. He agrees with us too. Ass. I gotta give a huge shout out to Troy Stetzer, because I gotta admit I was a little hard on him the past couple games, but
waiver wonder.
I thought he played amazing tonight. Troy Stetzer, good on you, bud. He just great story to see. Could almost make a Walt Disney movie about him.
So I said ass. I have a very good reason for this, and it's quite a frank reason. Playing 5 defensemen makes no sense when you already are without Mr. Christopher Tanev. But I do ask the question, though. The big question is, what happens when somebody gets hurt and we play 5 defensemen? We are down to 4 defensemen. 5 defensemen is already bad enough as it is. You don't even want to be playing a game with 5 defensemen, losing a guy to injury. Like, you don't want to be doing that. You go down to 4 defensemen, you're gonna lose a game. To be frank, it's the straight up injury issue is the whole thing.
Yeah, good point, Adam.
You
don't want to play a game of 4 defensemen. Remember, we saw that even the Battle of Alberta the other day when Mackenzie Weaver got the game misconduct, and then I think it was Ball that had the fight for Calgary. And went down to 4 defensemen in about 5 minutes, and they struggled against a team like Edmonton.
But Jacob, I do have
that's kind of what Adam and I are meaning about Yarncroke too. You can't put Cowan on your penalty kill. It's not really the way that works, personally.
So Jacob,
I love the vibe with Stetzer too, like what Brandon said earlier. I love Stetzer's emotion.
So Jacob, this is not NHL related, but I do have something interesting that came across my eyeballs earlier. It's NFL related. I found this really interesting. I just want to read it to you guys. So I shall do that now. So as it stands right now, currently, the Rams have a 563 strength of schedule. It is the highest a playoff team has had since 2004.
Wow.
Matt Stafford in those games has 42 touchdowns to 8 interceptions against that schedule, and he's going to lose MVP because nothing before week 15 matters to voters. I have something else to go, so don't interrupt me just yet. Touchdown passes against 11-plus win teams in 2025. Matthew Stafford, 20, the most in NFL history.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield is 2 with 13. 51 players have at least 1. 52-plus with 0. Drake May is in that group. Not a knock on him, just the context of competition. Just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was an interesting statistic.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah,
what you do, interpret it how you want to. I think both are deserving of the MVP. I think it's just interesting. It's an interesting stat to look at.
That's just
given that I don't think it's fair to punish Drake May though for New England not having a great strength of schedule. It's not fair because that's not his fault.
Not his fault.
But it's also not fair. It's also not fair to Matt Stafford to look at how well he's played this year with the Rams' strength of schedule, though. I think there's 2 edges of the debate, though, of how you want to look at it. Because in one thing, it's unfair to May, but it's also unfair Matt Stafford, given how well he's played against his competition. Just wanted to point it out.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Yeah.
No, the MVP race is going to be interesting. I think it has came down to two players. As much as I've talked about Sam Darnold, let's be honest, Sam Darnold's not going to win it as much as I think he could be in that conversation. But I think I think Drake May will probably get it unless he completely falls apart this final week, which I don't think he'll even play this week.
I have another question for you guys, actually. I want to see if you guys know it since you're both Bills fans. I do want to know without you looking it up. You guys look it up. I'm not going to be happy. Okay. I want you guys to guess in 13 career playoff games how many touchdowns Josh Allen has and how many interceptions he has. I want you to guess this. This is the statistic in 13 career playoff games. Dan, I see you're probably on your phone there. You're looking up.
Well, I was on my phone for another reason, but
he's sliding in.
I don't know on top of my head, but if I had to guess,
yeah, that's why it's a guess. I said just guess.
Okay, knowing Josh Allen's playoff success and all that, I would say roughly 20 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Okay. I'm going to say 18 touchdowns. Wait, are we saying passing and running or just passing?
Just passing, I think.
I think it's just passing.
Okay. I need to know that because he remembers.
Yeah, he has a lot of rushing touchdowns.
He's got those thunder thighs.
Yeah, like Sidney Crosby.
I'm going to say 18. I'm going to say 18 touchdowns to 7 interceptions.
Okay. So Josh Allen has 25 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in 13.
Wow. I almost said 25 touchdowns in those 2
playoff games. He also has a passer rating of 100. Yeah, that was crazy. He has a passer rating of 101.7 with 3,359 yards. Josh Allen is not to blame for the Bills' lack of playoff success, given those statistics. But of course,
and I feel you're taking shots at me again on my Allen Mahomes comparison.
You gotta look back at those playoff games. And you could point out to mistakes that Mr. Josh Allen has made. But when you look at those stats, I think it's interesting. I just think it's interesting.
That is interesting. But we got to get to some comments here. Fun Fish, welcome back to the desk. Yeah, I do agree. This could have been a 50-50 game. I mean, the defense struggled at times, but also made big plays in the right moments, i.e. Troy Stetcher making that big defensive play towards the end of the game.
And absolutely
Dennis Hildeby showed up, stopping 22 of 23 tonight. I thought Hildeby looked great. Woe given up over 10 goals in 2 games. No, we had a shutout the last game.
Yeah.
We take out the last game, right?
Well, okay, but
take it out of this game, not last game.
That's what I mean about Woe. He's so up and down. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they did get a massive.
That's not all his fault, though.
I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying, do we really want him in game 7 in second round again? I don't.
You cannot call that a massive upset, but they did shut them out. So I would call that crazy because Oregon was the.
Oh, you mean college football? Team. I'm looking. I'm like the Ducks didn't play.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Because Oregon was the fifth ranked team in the playoffs, and Texas Tech was 4. So calling it a massive upset is crazy. 23-0 was a crazy score, but that was not. I don't know if that would.
Could you argue it's a massive upset because of the score on top of it?
So yeah, like the score is what makes it a. So Jacob, let me get to my point. But like based on ranking, you look at it from like say, Jacob, if I told you that the 5th ranked team beat the 4th ranked team, would you call that a massive upset?
If
without knowing the score, Jacob, I just said without knowing the score.
No, I wouldn't call it a massive.
One thing, 5th beats 4. Is that an upset?
No, it's not.
So yeah, so the score, of course, the score makes it like you could say it. I would say the score is just crazy, but it's not a crazy upset. Like it's just a crazy, like it's crazy that Oregon won 23-0. Like I think Miami knocking off Ohio State, the defending champions, like that was a crazy upset in my opinion, given Miami hadn't won a playoff game since 2002 before last week. I think it was like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's more of a crazy upset than Oregon knocking off Texas, the 5 beating 4. Like the score was crazy, is what I was trying to say.
Absolutely, the score was definitely crazy. But
and what's even crazier is Alabama being beaten by 35 points. That's crazy.
So the college playoffs, have they been crazier than usual then? Oh, Lane's bringing in a pun. Don't you mean last year?
Yeah, I haven't watched the Leafs.
Lane, you said you were done with the damn puns. You were done with the puns, Lane. You told me that last night. That's a lie.
Done last night.
I don't think Lane
He
remembers
said he
much
was
last
done with
night.
the puns. Earlier, I mean, like this morning. Then
in the
early
morning.
this morning, then. But like, so to answer your question, Jacob, I don't think it's been I thought last year was kind of crazy too, given like Ohio State wasn't even ranked
Last year, yesterday, or like 365 days ago?
I think Dan Adam would hit you if he could reach.
I'm gonna hit you next time I see you. That's a promise.
Silly, Sydney.
That is a promise. That is a promise. I'm gonna hit you.
What's your take on this comment,
Okay.
Adam?
Yeah, but then they just won 2 straight playoff games. So what? So you can't really say that anymore. They just beat 2 teams they weren't supposed to beat. That is a crazy statement to make, given they just knocked off the defending champions. They just lost to the they just beat the defending champions. Like, you cannot say that they don't stand a chance anymore, because frankly, like, does anybody stand a chance to beat Miami? Their defense is terrifying.
Like, we need Sam on the show for this. He's a college football expert as well. Adam's really good at it too.
To me. I would not say that, because that is a crazy thing to say. 5-4, yeah, 5-4, even if it's 24-0, is not an upset. It's just a crazy score. Like I would say what happened yesterday, like what happened between Miami and Ohio State is considered an upset, because Miami shouldn't have even been in that game. Like, Ohio State were the best, you could say, for most of the season, outside of one game, were the best team in the country, because that defense is terrifying too. The fact that Miami won that game is just beyond me. But I wouldn't even, the Canes aren't out of it. The Canes might even just win the whole thing at this point. With the way they're playing, I wouldn't put it past them.
And who are the Canes playing next?
Oh man, I think they're playing the winner. They're playing the winner of Georgia and Ole Miss, who are playing right now. It's like 21-12, I think, Georgia right now. The last time I checked.
Now is that something?
24-19, sorry. Just at the end of the third quarter. Ole Miss is 6 and Georgia's 3rd right now.
Well,
Dan, what do you think of the whole upset thing? Not about the game, because you and I don't know enough about college football to make a comment. But would you say 5 beating 4 is an upset?
I say no, because 5 versus 4 is like really even. Like, you think about it in hockey playoffs, when they did 1 versus 8, 5 versus 4 was always the closest competition to each other, right? I would say if like 1 beat 8 or 2 beat 7, I would say, yeah, those upsets would be tight. But between 3 and 6 and 4 and 5, I think we're kind of even. That's my opinion.
But do you know what I'm excited to do?
What?
I'm not quite sure why, but I want to break it down. Third Down Nation has dropped the January 1st CFL Power Rankings. I get to run that up way earlier than I thought to get to in 2026.
Jacob,
why was it blasting my ears out this time?
This is the wrong time for Third Down Nation to be doing this. It is way too early.
Well,
this is
way too early. Done yet.
They're looking for more clicks on their website. I'm just kidding.
This is like 4 way too earlys. This is like 4. Like, you have to say way too early.
I agree with Adam.
Free agency. Like, it's crazy. Like, what is
Oh,
going
we got a
on?
Riders
Riders fan. Yeah.
You know what fun
Wake
fact?
up
Just look in the
champs.
comment where Keith says, I'm her favorite right now. Yes, I do have a random pencil. I do have a random pencil. It's my ADHD. I have ADHD, so this, like, I have to have something in my hand half the time. That's why I'm always doing this, or I'm on my phone, or I have something random in my hand. I had a pen before in my hand.
But
As
let's
long
break
as
down
it's just a
these
pencil
power-
in your hand.
And it's
Let's
also why
end
I'm
it.
always looking around
And-
my room. If you're wondering why I'm doing that, that is why.
Let's break down these power rankings. Saskatchewan Roughriders, they're one, coming off Grey Cup title. That's no brainer. Montreal second, no brainer, getting all the way to the finals. BC Lions third. Hamilton Tiger Cats 4.
Really?
Calgary Stampeders 5. Winnipeg Blue Bombers 6. Edmonton Elks 7th. Ottawa Red Blacks 8. Toronto Argonauts 9th.
They basically just took where the teams finished and copied it.
No, they didn't, because Toronto had a better record than Ottawa.
That's what I said. Besides the Toronto Ottawa, they copied and pasted where the teams finished. Talk about clickbait. Holy cow.
They just do this in order of season? Almost.
That is just interesting.
Oski,
Jacob, why would you even start to say that?
I'll even do the dance. Oski wee wee. Oski wawa. Holy mackerel. Tigers. Eden raw. And Lane don't ever ask me to do that again.
You know,
Dan, why would you even do it in the first place?
Always choke in the playoffs because eat a bunch of raw food before they go and play.
1999.
But okay, I want to ask you guys. I agree with the top two. I kind of don't agree with the rest of it.
I don't agree with Hamilton being 4. I don't agree with that at all.
Because I actually feel, I know Calgary lost to BC in the Western semifinal, but I thought Calgary, that game was phenomenal. I would put Calgary ahead of Hamilton. I would be putting Toronto ahead of Ottawa, and I'd be putting Edmonton ahead of Winnipeg.
Oh,
that's my take on it. I'm
so
not
you're flipping 6 and 7, 6-7.
I'm not just going to go by basically how the teams finish, because to me that's kind of boring.
That's literally what we did.
So, like, again, I go Saskatchewan 1, Montreal 2, BC 3, Calgary 4, Hamilton 5, Edmonton 6, Winnipeg 7, Toronto 8, Ottawa 9th. That's not how I think the season will finish. But going into the year and the way too early third down power rankings.
So I will say, I feel like the only reason Ottawa's ahead of Toronto is because Dinwiddie flipped to Ottawa. Am I wrong about that? That has to be
That's literally what they said. Rebuilding mode after a tough season, new coach.
I knew it.
And apparently you're getting your season tickets revoked for the Austin.
Yeah, by MLSC. Per MLSC.
Per MLSC.
That's even crazier.
I finally found something that makes the NFL better than the CFL.
What like the power rankings? The way too early power rankings?
No, there's another comment down below.
Oh, went to my first NFL game last Sunday. Nice. Red Stadium rules. They don't allow noisemakers of any kind.
Yeah. Well, that
Montreal with all their air horns still drives people a little.
Yeah, because who gives noisemakers to a bunch of drunk Americans? Like, why would you do that? Like, they're already loud enough as it is.
Well, even when we went to that Hamilton playoff game against Montreal, for some Montreal fans in one little corner out the lower bowl of the stadium, and we heard from way on the other opposite side of the stadium in the top corner, like honk, 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 honk. I'm like, oh my god.
I would not have made that list. I am more creative than just taking the standings and go power ranking.
Yeah,
Jacob
literally did.
I wouldn't be making a power ranking list right now, realistically, but when I see it out there and I get to run one of my fancy bumps, I'm gonna run it.
Wait, Jacob, is CFL free agency even open yet? It's not even open yet.
It's getting
the tampering window.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? No,
it's not open yet. The only way that it happened, though, if players have been cut, then they can sign before free agency starts.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That is my question.
big shout out from Key saying next year Edmonton will reach 4 in power rankings. You heard it here first.
This time next year in the way too early January 1st power rankings.
Start the new year.
No stupid cowbells. No stupid. But it always needs more cowbell.
Actually, I got a point about the cowbells I want to make. So, us Argo fans, we know we do the cowbell ding, 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 right? And you're a bad fan if you don't pay $17.99 for a cowbell with an Argo sticker on it. So, Dollarama sells the exact same cowbell for $4.50 with no Argo sticker. So, just put an Argo sticker on it and save like $15 roughly with tax and all that.
And then you broke it in under 2 games.
That's true. That's why it's stupid. I'm going to stop my feet, but don't do that in Hamilton because it hurts at the concrete. Ow, 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 ow.
Not a fan of the cowbells in the chat.
Well, they are loud. They might be like, dang, 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 dang. It's like the Salvation Army. Merry Christmas. Give us money. Dang, 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 dang.
Keys expect those power rankings to change in 3 weeks. And calling you out, Adam.
It's a good point. Solid point.
How do you guys feel about the way that I re-ranked the way too early power rankings?
Well, guys, talking about it.
That's true.
But how do you guys feel? Like, do you guys feel like do you guys prefer just going basically by the standings and flipping Ottawa on Toronto? Or do you think where I'm at is more accurate?
Well, your at's more accurate for sure.
Yeah, I feel like yours is like, I don't like doing just flipping 2 teams and then like, hey, here you go. Here's the power rankings that you're doing. Way too.
Whoever won't get fired. That was boring.
No one is fired.
But Ole Miss just scored. It's 25-24 now. Just letting you guys know.
Cool.
If you guys cared.
Hey, I'm sure people care about it. It's good. You're a college football guy, bud.
Yeah, I'm literally watching the game on my TV right now.
Dallas is made it 4-2 against Chicago. Make it a little more interesting.
Dallas, they scored a goal.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the U.S. team is also coming out tomorrow, Jacob, so we got to talk about that. It's like early in the morning.
I'm very curious about that, as it sounds like no Cole Caulfield, no Jason Robertson, and no Adam Fox.
Are we gonna get up early? Go on early?
Maybe
do it early.
Yeah. I'm down. Set the alarm.
3-point game now. They just went for a 2-point
game. So
longer.
CFL free agency opens February 10th, just because, Adam, you were asking me this. I didn't have the exact dates at noon. Well, the communication window starts February 1st. It goes to February 8th.
Interesting. Okay. So it's coming up. I mean, it's still way too early to power rankings, yo. I mean, even if you want to do it like a couple of days before the February thing, fine. But come on.
Quick question, Adam. Do you know what I mean by communication window?
I am assuming that means you can communicate with players that are on your team, that weren't on your team.
Weren't on your. So basically, do you know how we always hear the NHL teams complaining about tampering?
Jacob, I feel like I was in here when you explained the damn tampering window, Jacob. I don't need to hear it again.
So this is the tampering. What maybe some of our viewers
or the listeners.
So this is our so basically this gives you
you're learning with the listeners, Adam.
This gives you your team a chance to talk to other players. And then let's say I don't know, Tommy Neo, who's a free agent for Saskatchewan, right? Let's say
bring him back.
Let's say that Toronto decides to bring him back.
Bring him back.
So they offer him a contract on February 2nd, we'll say, during this window. Now he can take that contract back to Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan now has a chance to try to match the contract or convince him to stay. It's basically meaning we can't stop the tampering, so let's do it in a way where we can control it.
I think it's pretty cool. I think the NHL should have that.
I actually like it, but let's
more comments. I think everyone great comments.
Ole Miss coach just bailed on the team, went to LSU. Adam, I believe you were talking to us about that before.
Mr. Lane Kiffin.
Week 3 of the new season, Key predicts that the Elks will be number 4 in the power rankings.
Oh, okay.
Nice I think everything's going to get better.
Fair enough.
Huge tip of the hat to the team for carrying on. This is about the Ole Miss comment. And give that team a lot of credit. I don't know that much about college football, except the video games are more fun than Madden. I should watch. You know what? I think the mistake was to me of college football. I tried watching a game really early in the season.
Yeah, bad idea.
No one was any good. I'm just like, this is worse than the UFL. What's going on?
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
By the way, if you haven't tried arena football, I recommend it. It's actually pretty entertaining.
With a bus up, he would throw the ball the whole length of the field.
So, Fun Fish, we were talking about this after the U.S.-Sweden game, and I said the same thing. I think Finland's going to beat the States. Now, Cole Hudson might play.
That's what I think.
But if Cole Hudson plays, does that make that big of a difference, you guys think?
No, they weren't playing great when he was on the ice anyways. They weren't playing convincing hockey when he was playing anyways.
Dallas made it 4-3, by the way. So one goal difference between Dallas and Chicago. There's only about 17 seconds left, though.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Goes to school. Ding.
Ding-a-ring, ding.
Lane Hudson is tied for second in D-men scoring. Kid is insane, so smart on the ice, and I bet you he won't make Team USA.
No, he won't. And it's like,
I think it's a mistake.
I will say this. Like, this may be a hot take, but I agree with him not making. I agree with him not making Team USA yet.
Pourquoi?
You want to know why?
Tell me
That's
why.
what pourquoi means.
I would really, Dan. Such a smart ass comment. I was telling my friend Adam, who is a Habs fan. I told him, I was like,
"Aren't you Adam?"
No, he's
the
Frank.
other half of Adam squared, Dan.
Are you friends of yourself?
No, Dan. This Dan. You're talking to Frank.
You met my friend Adam.
Yes, I know. I'm just kidding. By the way, here's the final. Chicago won the game 4-3 against Dallas.
But okay. Adam, continue on your point, Frank.
So my reasoning is because I think Lane Hudson. I was telling my friend, I was like, I think Lane Hudson's a great defenseman, but there are other American defensemen who does what he does, maybe not at his age, but are better than him. At his biggest strengths are things that Wierzynski, Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, who, mind you, isn't making the team. I think Adam Fox has, I'll say in the past, because he hasn't had a good last 2 years. I think Adam Fox has done what Lane Hudson has done these last 2 years before, where I think that not having Lane Hudson is not a big of a deal. Like, I don't think there's a big difference for the U.S. in play style wise in having Hudson and not having Lane Hudson. Like, I think if there was a bigger difference, then it would be more egregious if he wasn't on the team. So I think the worst that it could be, like, if Quinn Hughes.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
That's the reason he's not going to be there. The U.S. will have a very stacked defenseman. I think Lane Hudson will be one of their better defensemen or probably even their best defenseman in 4 years' time. If the NHL goes back to the Olympics in 4 years, I think he'll be like their basically number one or number two defenseman, because he's just that good. But he's not ready for the Olympic stage just yet. He's a second year player, guys. Like, chill out. Chill out a little bit on that.
You could almost debate that America has a better defense than Canada.
They're both I think personally, in my opinion, Sweden has the best defensive core heading into this tournament.
Sweden's really good.
You want to talk about a stacked defensive core? Rasmus Dahlin is probably not even going to be on their top defensive pairing. And Rasmus Dahlin is probably like one of their better D-men. They have
Hudson Starvik.
They have Rasmus Sandin. They have Victor Hedman. They have like OEL. They have so many really good defensemen.
We say OEL might not even make it.
But I want to talk about this comment here.
I think he should make it. But
I want to talk about this comment here. When I first read this before I put it on the screen, I'm like, the Stars aren't on a skid, are they? And then I went over and looked.
So I thought you meant Lane Hudson was a star
the Dallas
kid.
Stars have lost 5 of their last 6.
Jeez.
Wow. They've lost 4 straight, and then they won 2 and lost 4 straight. Sorry. Because they beat the Ducks 8-3, then they beat the Leafs 5-1, but then they lost to the Red Wings 4-3. They lost to the Blackhawks 4-3. They lost to the Sabres 4-1, and then they lost again tonight 4-3.
Wow.
The Dallas Stars are legitimately starting to struggle after
They're
coming
playing
off
Montreal next.
After coming off a 3-game winning streak. Now they've lost 4. They have Montreal on Sunday and then Carolina on Tuesday. It might not be getting any easier for this squad.
Yeah, tough competition.
That's a big concern for Dallas because they're with the division there and in the West. They're already 10 points behind Colorado.
Right.
They can't lose those points if they want to avoid having to play Minnesota in the first round.
Boy, Dallas has a stacked team.
Because playing the LA Kings versus the Minnesota Wild hypothetically makes a big difference, right? Nothing against the LA Kings, but Minnesota, that team, adding Quinn Hughes has just made that team that much better.
Oh, 100%.
But interesting to see. I have to keep an eye on the Dallas Stars. Are they a shooting star or a falling star?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Will we see any CFL players in the Summer Olympics for touch football?
Yeah, I think we will.
I think for Team
it's
Canada,
very
we
good.
will. I won't be surprised if we see a CFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I actually think it may be. I don't think that Nathan Rourke sounds that interested in going when they asked him about it in the media.
Really?
But I could see Trey Ford going over to be their starter, especially if he doesn't have any great opportunities going on in the CFL at the moment. I could see Trey Ford going to be the starting quarterback in the Olympics. What are your guys' thought on that take?
I mean, I think if they take Trey Ford, they might be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, I don't know. I think it's flag football. It's flag football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's flag football, yeah.
Yeah, it's a flag football, I guess, is a little different. I will say, I know Trey Ford had a rough season last year, and I hype on him for that. But before that, I was at a game when there was Argos versus Edmonton, and to this day, Trey Ford made one of the best throws I've seen in my life, and I saw that live. So, I mean, he is a good quarterback. He just hasn't developed to where he should be yet. But
I will say his elusiveness will work. I think his elusiveness could be a very good asset for him in flag football. If he could be like elusive, like if he can make good runs and he can be elusive of getting his flag taken, I honestly do think he could. I don't think he'll be like, he may not lead them to a gold medal, but like he could make a difference. But like, I think if there's a better player available, you take him over Trey Ford.
Well, but Nathan Rourke didn't sound that interested.
Yeah.
And no worries, Chris. Yeah, flag football, not touch football.
Not really much of a difference. You're literally just grabbing a flag. You still touch the player. You just don't touch them.
I would argue though, flag football is harder than people realize it is, because it's not like you're tackling the whole body. And quarterbacks can rush in flag football still, because you can rush the quarterback after so many seconds. And I could see Trey Ford using his elusiveness, as Adam said, to maybe create something. I could see Trey Ford. I know the CFL says they want their players in there, so we could see some Canadian receivers and maybe a Tyson Philpott. It just really depends.
That could be interesting.
Leave their teams in the middle of the season to go play in the Olympics. How the CFL? When is the Summer Olympics? Not for another 2 years, right?
They're in
2 years, yeah.
So I think the CFL will have to look at their schedule then to see.
When does the CFL season start again? It's like September. June.
Oh, no, way earlier than September.
Yeah, that's NFL.
I don't know why I said September, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
Because you want to be woken up when September ends.
I was going to say, yeah.
So the Olympics usually start in like July, August. That's usually when the Olympics are.
So preseason starts in May 18th.
Right.
So July,
and
August.
The regular season starts June 4th.
Okay, so I was wrong. So June, July, basically. It's like 2 months, the Olympics, but
I mean, Kenny Lawler, he's American, so it'd be for Team USA, but maybe Kenny Lawler.
Yeah, I think we might see some American players go represent
the
America.
NFL.
I was just going to say that.
Well, the NFL is letting their players go.
They are?
Yeah. They already said this, I'm pretty sure.
But a lot of players might not want to go, right?
Yeah, but some have already said they would go.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly.
So when was the last CFL player who was in the NFL? Singleton? Yeah, I would say Singleton.
Singleton has been very good for
very good.
Denver, sorry. He's been really good for
He's been
Denver the
phenomenal.
last couple of years.
I would also say Cameron Wake. He's retired now,
Yeah.
but he was phenomenal. There was a kicker too from the Colts. Vinatieri. He used to play in the CFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few of them, a couple of them.
Obviously, there's your easy ones like Doug Flutie.
Ocho Cinco, what his name is?
Chad Ochocinco. Well, he came to the CFL after the NFL.
Ricky
In any
Williams.
interview I've seen him do, when he's asked about the CFL, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't take that stuff seriously, and they just knocked me on my ass." I'm like,
Oh yeah, he admitted straight up
he did not take it seriously.
Yep, Vanderjack. There's another one. Thank you very much.
great
There's
one.
another guy. But yeah, I remember listening to Chad Ochocinco. He said he wasn't expecting the league to be this good, and then he came here and he's like literally these guys are faster than me, they're stronger than me, and he's like I could not get over how talented this league is. And he said to so many guys, he was taught back to, by the way, he was playing with Montreal at the time with Anthony Calvillo, who is arguably one of the best quarterbacks I've ever watched.
Oh, for
and
sure.
he asked Calvillo about it, and Calvillo just shrugged his shoulders and said, "There's only so many jobs."
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to, right? Like it's only a 52-man roster, and a lot of CFL players decide they would rather play in the CFL than be a practice roster guy in the NFL, i.e. Nathan Rourke.
Why?
Which, mind you, I still have the opinion that Nathan Rourke just didn't get enough opportunities from teams to actually be given a shot.
I agree with that.
Because
what about Sykes Stebler from the quarterback?
He had moderate success, but yes, he did play in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the one.
Seriously?
He was on the. Can you guess what team he was on, Adam?
New York Jets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
disaster.
he came in for a game for Zach Wilson.
Oh,
this was 3 years ago.
That's embarrassing for Zach Wilson.
He moved the ball so much better than Zach Wilson, it wasn't even funny.
Oh, that's even more embarrassing.
He was actually moving down the field, and they got 2 touchdown drives from him when Zach Wilson couldn't do a damn thing. You think about it, a quarterback that's used to only having 2 downs. Now he's got that extra down to make a play. Strevor's the type of quarterback that likes to throw no more than 10 yards.
Yeah.
In a 4-down system, that can work your way down the field.
For sure, 100%.
Like I argue, I don't know why more NFL teams don't try to do long, sustained drives than yeeting the ball 70 yards every play.
Yeah.
And it's like you could basically just, if you have a good defense, take 10 minutes on a drive, then get a shutdown, then take another 10 minutes. You're up 14-0 going into the half.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. True.
Be interesting to see Baker Mayfield pass to Kenny Lawler in the Olympics.
That would be incredible.
Interesting. Baker Mayfield would just be talking so much trash. It would be so funny. He would just be he would literally plant the US flag in the middle of like a flag football game, and I would be laughing my head off, and I'd be like, "That's classic Baker Mayfield right there."
Another good name that was in both the CFL and the NFL.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, Joe Montana almost signed with the Argos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You told me that before.
It came down to he was offered a little bit more money to stay in the NFL, so he stayed.
I forgot
Fair
about
enough.
that.
Look at Doug Flutie. I think if the Bills kept him as a starter, they might have had their Super Bowl.
Oh, literally, yeah.
Bo Levi Mitchell almost was in the NFL briefly. He lost. He lost the starting job to Kirk Cousins, and then decided he didn't want to be a backup. So came. To
I found a call. I found a comment that's gonna get you guys going. I feel like. Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, I knew it. I knew this guy was coming.
I'm sorry. In my opinion, making the CFL 4 downs would kill the CFL. For the CFL to be a success, it has to be different than the NFL. And before you tell me the CFL is not a success because of blah, 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 I want you to watch a UFL game and count the 10 fans that are in the crowd. At least BMO Field has at least 30. And I'm saying that as an Argo fan, okay? But like, to make the CFL different, to make it work, it has to be different. You watch the UFL, you're like, this is just the NFL, but worse.
Yeah.
The CFL can't feel like the NFL, but worse. So it needs
a minor league going.
And also, too, we've already seen the way the fan base have freaked out about a modified Rouge and losing 5 yards in each end zone.
Well, we have some previous
Field
episodes of people going crazy about the new rule changes. Not even that drastic rule changes, in my opinion.
Going to 4 downs, I would still go to the games, but I'd be very disappointed. 4-down football in the CFL. I'm going to say this. I don't like 4-down football. I watch the NFL, but I still think 3-down football is a superior way to change.
Evolution. You have to evolve or you're going to die, Chris.
You have to evolve.
The way the world works.
There's a difference between evolving and compromising your league.
Yeah.
I think when you evolve, which is what they've done by moving the goal, what they're trying to do by moving the goalposts and shortening the field and shortening the end zone and changing the play clock. Not the game clock, the play clock. That's 2 very different things. Going forward, it's still 3 downs, big field, 12v12, crap ton of motion, still some rouges. There's so many more different. I mean, I'm not even counting every difference because we'd be on till 4 a.m. There's so many differences between the CFL and the NFL. The fair catch versus the no yards. That's another huge one. I can't stand the NFL, how they're eliminating one of the most exciting plays in football, a kick return. And their kickoffs, I'm sorry, look completely ridiculous.
What was the onside kick?
The onside kick, the NFL, you have to let them know you're going to onside kick it. It's not a trick play if you tell them what it is. But great comment here. 3 downs, bigger field is what the CFL is all about, in my opinion. And I do.
And the extra player on the field?
Yeah, more players on the field, more motion.
Great comment.
We are getting a heated CFL conversation today, January 1st, and I love it.
Because of 3 Down Nation Power Rankings!
And
well, we all know we have one different thing. The field doesn't even look wide at all anymore. I'm disheartened. It'll take a while. Now, Key, you got to remember, the field is still just as wide as it was before. The field width has not changed.
It's
the CFL, apparently we like them big and juicy. That's how we like our football fields.
Oh, geez.
So that is
we like our big balls.
We've just made it a little shorter, right? And even then, it still has the biggest end zones in any professional football. They're basically rugby end zones. They're huge. So
rugby end zones really aren't that big.
They're bigger than the NFL end zone.
They are bigger.
Balls! Exactly.
Like, there are some stadiums in rugby that have like really short ones that are like really awkward.
Well, that's the key with this rule change. All, like you said, I'm just rare. Some rugby stadiums. With this rule change, all the 6 fields and all the stadiums the CFL will be the same, which drives me bonkers that some are different. You look at Montreal, for example, because of the running track around the field, it cuts off the corners of the end zone. And you look at some end zones are 20 yards. I think it's Edmonton and Winnipeg is 20 yards. Toronto, the end zone's 18 yards, right? In Montreal, it's like 12 yards because of the cutoff in the corner. So now you're having all of them 15 yards. All the fields are 100 yards in length. I still don't like that rule. I think we still should keep at 110 yards, but is what I get it because of the field goal posts. And field goal posts, I agree with that. I get all that. But that's just my opinion. I think it's kept the thing the same.
Well, Dan, your opinion is valid. I appreciate you, Dan.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Adam.
I don't appreciate
I'm Frank, actually.
Well, Frank,
I'm Frank.
Listen.
Today.
Frank Coronado.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put that? Frank. Are you gonna put Coronado in the rest of my name, Jacob?
No, I don't know how to spell that, bud.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But when you put the pick of the new Stampeder field with the 50, it looks so narrow. Again, Key, maybe it's just your eyes tricking you. It's not the width that changed. I understand it may look shorter, but the field width itself is not changing.
And don't forget,
personally, I just don't think the commissioner did the best job in reiterating it at first. That I think, like, when he wouldn't definitively at first say we're not going to 4 downs, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? We're not like, you just stressed out a lot of people for no reason. Right. And I think the commissioner needed to do a better job at maybe not announcing it in the middle of the season at random. I think that could have been an end of the season discussion, although it got us talking about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Say what you want. I mean, look, we're talking about the Canadian Football League that doesn't start till like February, March, April, May. Preseason's not for 4.5 months, and we've just been talking about CFL for the last almost half an hour. So I mean, in theory, what it's doing, it's working.
100%.
Yeah, Canadian colleges were concerned about the rule changes. Now, mind you, the CFL, the Canadian colleges do not have to go to the CFL rules and changes. No. They can do whatever the hell they want. Even at McGill, the CFL will eat the cost, they're saying, of moving the end zones around each game. And the goal.
Okay.
And Lane's making an interesting point here. Some teams are actually getting a bigger end zone. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Before, every end zone was a completely different size in the CFL.
Which I didn't like that.
It was kind of like baseball having, I can't stand how every diamond's a different size in baseball. But
yeah, 100%.
Before, like Toronto, for example, had a 17-yard end zone. Montreal had a 13-yard end zone at the sides, 17 yards at the back. Like, that's just bizarre.
I know.
Vancouver, their end zone was 15 yards. So it's actually not changing.
What?
So again, I just don't think the commissioner did the best job at really breaking down what these changes are and what the changes weren't. Right. I think what they should have done, and I don't have the graphic, I don't have the image now because I had to make room on my computer. I feel what they should have done is at the end of the presentation, I would have put all the NFL major rules, the CFL major rules, and still show how different they are.
Yeah, 100%.
Which we did that when we broke down the rule changes because we went live at Frank. Sorry, I don't think you were with us for that episode.
What? Oh, going over the rule changes? No, I wasn't. I was.
Lane was with us.
Lane was. I bet Lane is still somewhere in StreamYard.
Oh yeah,
probably.
But we got to get to some more comments. Where are the Bowman comments until the World Cup is done? So this sucks. They are just playing in random places. They have a game in Hamilton, a game in Saskatchewan, only getting like 6 home games this year. I don't think MLSC has handled this situation well at all. I don't know why they just didn't all go play their games at York University or TFC. Or,
you know why, Jacob. You know why.
More money.
Yeah, exactly.
But it still sucks. So yeah, we're losing some home games. Does make your season tickets a little cheaper, I guess, in theory, because you're not paying for as many games. Key. The commissioner clearly wants 4 downs deep down. Whoa. Yes, he upset a bunch of people. I'm so glad you pointed out the no yards rule staying. Yeah, no yards is not going anywhere. And I don't think he wants 4 downs. Maybe I'm just reading it differently than you guys are. I just don't feel the downs is what they were looking to change. I don't think they were trying to reinvent the wheel. I think they're just trying to patch a hole in the tire. I
do. In my opinion, I think the 3 downs versus 4 downs is the most unique part of our game. So and the ball, of course, but I don't think they should change the most unique part.
Now, some people argued that the goalpost being at the front of the end zone was one of the most unique things in the 55 yards.
Right.
Personally, I actually am kind of indifferent on the 55-yard. I get why they did it, but I would have preferred.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Great comment here. Getting a bigger end zone too. I'm very happy. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, did you not see my reaction? I read it, and then I was like,
I did.
I wanted to speak of it. Speaking of, go ahead.
And yeah, they are getting an extra game in Hamilton.
Speaking of that, Dan, we're not going to speak about that.
No, but just talking about the end zones in different arenas and all that. Like with Montreal, for example, covering the cost of moving the end zone. CFL covering costs of Montreal moved the end zone. Big rumors having it that the Montreal Alouettes are going to move to Olympic Stadium instead of McGill University.
I think that could happen depending on how attendance continues to go over the next 2 years.
They sound like every game there.
At least their playoff games, I think, could go to Olympic Stadium. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear some takes from some people who are out that way. I would love to get their perspective on that. Oh hey, Key. Can you do that again closer to the season? Post all the differences. You know what, Key? Just for you. I won't. No, I'm just kidding. I totally will.
Damn, Jacob.
Do you guys watch tennis? Yes, actually.
I know it a little bit.
Yeah, we watch a bit of tennis. I used to watch it a lot. Now I'm gonna sound old, but back when it was like Roger Federer versus Andy Roddick, I loved
Andy
that era of
Roddick?
tennis.
I thought you meant Andy Murray for a second. I was like,
No,
maybe
no,
you actually
Roddick. He
did
was
mean
a
Andy
beast.
Roddick.
His serve was so hard.
Oh yeah, wow.
They could probably put a hole through your tennis racket. It was nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like like tennis. It's I would say too, if you haven't watched tennis, I highly recommend it. It's a very entertaining sport. Very expensive to go. When I debated on going to the Rogers Cup in Toronto at York U, until I saw it was like $100 a seat, and I'm like, I don't want to spend $100, so I just watched it on my TV. But
$50 a park.
$50 to park.
Yeah, I was crazy expensive.
If you parked at the college parking lot, it was $20.
Yeah, I would have parked and walked, but still, well, people that didn't know, it was $50 a park.
That's
this is some old school tennis here.
Yeah.
Oh, let us know if you guys want us to cover some tennis.
I've been saying that for a while now. Tennis is a really unique sport, and not enough people talk about it. And one thing I gotta say too, a big topic nowadays is women's sports. I think women's tennis is like the best women's sport. I really do. I think it's awesome. I love it. You get a good tennis and they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a good match. Like back and forth, back and forth.
Tennis wrong. There's two ends.
Oops.
I think. Wait. Yeah, there is two ends. That's right. Yes, there you go. That's all right.
Dan, I'm just bugging you, but no, absolutely. Hey, you know what? Spelling is not my strength. I'll be very upfront with everyone. I am dyslexic, so sometimes it looks like I put one letter when I put two. Adam just has to make fun of me for being dyslexic. Yeah, Adam's
Jacob's.
You know what it is? Adam's a nice guy. Frank's a bully.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a great night, Key. Thank you very much for joining us at the desk. Always happy to have you. You still have thicker skin than Nathan Rourke. Mr. Clipboard.
Do.
Two Canadian teams dead last in the NHL. Are they? I didn't think they were right now.
Columbus is there.
Columbus is last
near the bottom.
Well, Winnipeg's got to be Winnipeg, Vancouver.
You have Winnipeg and Vancouver, who are second last.
Calgary's moved up a lot.
Calgary's only 1 point out of a playoff spot.
It's one comment you missed for it, Jake. I really want to put up on the screen.
I apologize.
Yeah, this is a great point. Canadian tennis is building up like crazy. A young talent we have in Canada. Wow. Like, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but this past year, we just had an 18-year-old win the female.
One from Burlington.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm so sorry I can't remember her name, but she was incredible. Watching her play was a real treat. Like, she was beating like veterans. Like, it was,
and she's only 18. Like, it's crazy how talented she is at her age. She's gonna have a long tennis career.
Oh yeah, the Canadian tennis has really popped up like crazy.
I remember when this happened in like 2018 and 2019 with, oh my gosh, what was her name? It was another female tennis star who beat Serena Williams.
Was it Leah?
Who?
Leah?
No, it wasn't.
Andrescu?
It was yes.
Oh yeah.
Dan's also right because that's her first name.
Yes. Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Dan said her first name. I said her last name, Frank.
Oh yeah.
That's the name, yeah.
Bouchard was another name a couple years before Andrescu.
Yeah, she was really good too.
Yeah,
he's joking. She's not going to bed. Everyone, just so you know, you're not going anywhere.
Oh,
nowhere. Never leave. You're always at the analyst desk, even when we're not on the air. Just patiently waiting, sitting there, menacingly staring at the screen.
Waiting numbers go up
for us to appear, but never fear.
How close are we to 100 subscribers now, Dan?
We're still at 93 at the moment, but some good news. Thanks to all of you. Today, our YouTube page in general has hit over 20,000 views. So, thank you, everyone, for that. That is amazing.
Jacob, do a cool sound effect.
You more just cool sound effect.
Thank you.
And welcome.
I missed that one. That's a good one.
Thank you. Why are we Jacob? Wrong season.
Why?
You're too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
I have not heard that name. Jacob's just like nodding like.
Does McKinnon make it to 100 plus 100
Plus
this
what?
year? He's plus 51 after 39 games.
Oh, plus 100. Wow, that would be crazy.
He might. I mean,
Oh, never mind. No, never mind. I got it. Never
not
mind.
100 points. He'll definitely got 100 points.
Plus minus.
Warren
100,
Bissett.
He means.
John Bissett. Oh, interesting. John Bissett's daughter.
Yeah, I could see McKinnon. I think McKinnon will finish around a plus 70.
Probably.
Yeah, plus 100's pretty. I mean, have we seen that happen ever?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think the highest I remember maybe plus 80.
Yeah.
I mean, McKinnon, what a year he's having, though.
Oh, it's amazing.
34 goals,
Mad
36
dog.
assists, 70 points, and a plus 51.
And the
How many
crazy thing
goals
with
does he have?
Colorado is they're literally the perfect team. You have Nathan McKinnon. You got balanced offense in all four lines. You got great defense in Kale McCarr and Taves, a good offensively and defensively. And you got two all-star goalies to serve me Team Canada if it didn't. I mean, you could literally got a perfect team.
Absolutely. And Lane, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get to a simulation tonight. We'll have to see how everything
Well,
goes.
see how you feel, bud. That's okay. We can try tomorrow morning.
Lane, look deep into my eyes. You need to get some rest, buddy.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Go to bed. Shut your
Oh,
eyes.
Lane.
Sleep. Drink some Earl Grey tea
And honey.
with honey.
Jacob, I know what he
milk.
needs to do.
Just
I know what
honey
he-
and tea.
Jacob, I know what Lane needs to do.
What's that, Adam?
Lane, you need to take your vitamins, brother. You need to take your vitamins, brother. You need to take your Hulkster. You need to take the Hulk Hogan vitamins, brother.
That helps.
That's how you're gonna get brother. Because what you gotta do, brother?
Oh, it's yeah.
70s Habs had some crazy plus minus. Maybe Bobby Orr hit plus 100 if they counted stats back then.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Bobby. Oh, holy
Those
cow!
crazy-
Everything he did was
crazy
amazing.
Habs, like those Habs teams in like this like late 60s through like the 70s, like geez
Oh,
Louise,
amazing. Ken
they were-
Dryden and Savard, all that.
Bobby Orr, 70-71 plus 124.
wow.
Wow. God.
Esposito probably had that.
His
around
career
that.
was a plus 582 overall.
Oh my God.
Bobby Orr in 657 games had 270 goals, 645 assists, 952 points of a plus 548.
Holy
That's
cow.
insanity. That's
Wowzers!
That's why there people compare Cale McCarr, Bobby O. I'm like, nah, bro.
Well, it's a different era too, though, Dan.
I
That's
get
why
it. but
I
come
say that
on.
when people say
It was
Wayne
even
Gretzky-
harder for Bobby O to do it back then because he was the first one to be offensive.
I mean,
defenseman.
you could argue Bobby Orr was the greatest player in NHL history.
I agree with
I
that.
think you could argue
100%.
he was better than Wayne Gretzky. If he didn't have that injury, everyone
the
would.
same thing about Mario Lemieux.
You could if he didn't have cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Say the
you
same thing
could
about
say,
Jaromir Jagr if he played his whole career.
I was going to say, Oliver Arger's way up there. Mario Lemieux, holy cow. He
You
was
could say the
amazing
same thing
too.
about me if I was in better shape, could skate, and was a good hockey player. But well, I did not realize. I knew Bobby Orr was good, but oh my gosh. Yeah,
Bobby
that
Orr was
year in
insane.
78 games, he had 37 goals, 102 assists for 139 points, and a plus 124.
Sounds like Connor McDavid.
I mean, the year before, he wasn't nearly as good. He only had 33 goals, 87 assists for 120 points, and a plus 54. What a scrub.
wow, what a scrub he was.
Oh,
Wow.
Orr did change the game. Like,
Yeah,
I
100%
don't
agree.
see Cale McCarr now without Bobby Orr.
Yeah, 100%.
Or like Paul
Totally
Coffey or Brian Leach and all these legendary defensemen from back in the day.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr was the real first
Oh.
offensive defenseman.
Yeah.
Bobby
Sorry.
Orr's rookie year, even his rookie year, he had 41 points in 61 games.
That's
Ole
impressive.
Miss is about to throw away the lead. They had a 10-point lead, and they just had, I think it was defensive pass interference, and they just put Georgia in the red zone. Jeez,
Maybe we
Louise.
need Sam to do a little video of update of college football there.
3-point game. Yeah, it's off at. Oh, that's a tough defensive. Oh, that's a tough one. It's a tough defensive pass interference to give up there. Jeez. Whew. Oh,
But
he
I'm
was
curious.
face mask. Sorry, I'm reacting like in real time to that. What the hell? That was crazy.
I know we're going to do a World Junior preview show tomorrow.
Yes.
But Jacob just wants to be on for another 15 minutes so we can do 2 hours again.
Maybe.
I know what you're doing.
I am curious if you, for you lovely legends, out of the games tomorrow, which ones are you most interested in?
U.S. Finland, easily. It's easily U.S. Finland. That game's going to be so good.
What's the other one? Canada and Latvia?
No. You have US, okay, so you have Latvia, Sweden, Switzerland, Czechia, Finland, the U.S., Slovakia, Canada.
Ooh, those last 2 games are going to be really good. Same thing. I think all 4 quarterfinals are going to be close games. I
think I was just going to say, those sound really good.
I saw a lot of people say, well, Sweden's going to blow away Latvia. I'm like, well, Latvia gave Sweden.
I don't know.
Yeah, Latvia last year gave Sweden tons of trouble.
They did, 100%.
Yeah.
And this year, Latvia's giving other good teams trouble.
We have an interesting relegation game between Denmark and Germany. Loser has to gets booted out.
Wow, okay.
Who do you think is going to win that one between Germany and Denmark?
Germany just looks better than Denmark.
I agree with you there.
I would say heading into it, it's Denmark. It's Germany. Sorry, not Denmark, but Germany for me.
I think Germany, too, has such good goaltending. Their goalie in their final couple games of the tournament looked unbelievable.
Wasn't Olaf Kozak German back in the day?
Well, he still is German.
No, I just mean when you play the NHL.
Slovakia, Canada, Keith. I'm in agreement with Jacob that everyone keeps underestimating Slovakia.
I agree with that.
I also think that.
That's going to be a cracking game. That's going to be a really good game.
That's going to be a really good game.
I think it will all depend on how Slovakia responds to their loss to Switzerland. Mm-hmm. It all depends on that, in my opinion. I think that's what it. 108 left, 3-point game. Georgia is second in goal. Sorry, I just had to say that.
That's good. It's good. The updates.
Yeah, it's getting tight.
Just a little NHL update. Seattle's beating Nashville 3-1. Almost done the second period.
Nice.
So Nashville's starting to pipe up lately.
And these are just your matches that are coming up for tomorrow.
Jacob, did you literally just do this right now?
Yes.
That is crazy. Good job.
Jacob's so talented. It's crazy.
Wow.
We got Denmark versus Germany as your relegation, then Latvia versus Sweden, Switzerland, Czechia, and then Finland, USA, Slovakia, Canada. I think that Switzerland, Czechia game is going to be a hell of a game.
I love how he added the Maple Leaf to the analyst decks at the bottom.
That's how I roll.
I love that. Kind of good Canadian flair.
I think that Czechia versus Switzerland game is going to be great. I think the Swiss are another team people are really sleeping on in this tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
They gave both the U.S. and Sweden a real run for their money. If you take too many penalties against Switzerland, they'll make you pay. They got a good power play. Yeah, and again, we're going to break this down way better tomorrow. We're going to take a deep dive. Such a deep dive that I'm going to make sure Adam has his pool noodle.
That's true. I'm gonna be so much more focused. I'm just really into this game right now.
Adam, do you actually have a pool noodle?
Shit. Sorry, pardon my language. That's my bad. Oh my gosh. I did it, guys. Oh my gosh. I was doing so well.
Adam's really okay, so Adam likes to swear. And we've been trying to
I swear like a damn sailor, people. It's bad.
Arrgh!
It's bad. The fact that I haven't been swearing. I've been doing so well too. I'm just so disappointed in myself. I probably do have a poodle somewhere. I do have
tennis is my passion. Yeah.
Dan, I changed that so long ago.
I just noticed it now.
We even commented I spelled tennis wrong the first time.
Oh
yeah. You were really not paying attention.
Dan, you've been kicked from the chat.
Just looking at the comments and looking at the hockey scores and checking out YouTube channels and doing all kinds of things on here.
Sweden. So
wow.
Okay, so Switzerland will move on. So you think Switzerland will beat Czechia, but Sweden will beat Latvia?
Interesting.
I think Switzerland are more likely to upset Czechia than.
I think so too. I honestly think if Sweden takes Latvia as seriously as they took the States, they'll be fine.
Sweden are just so. They almost scored Georgia. Whew. 4th and goal now. 59 seconds left. 3-point game. Holy cow! This game is intense. This game is intense. Will they take they're taking the field goal to tie the Sugar Bowl.
Whoa.
We're going to go to overtime, I think, guys. This is crazy.
But as you guys know, we will be live again tomorrow. We probably won't preview the relegation game just because that's earlier in the morning. And
I am also busy.
Adam is a busy beaver.
Yeah.
So
the relegation game?
The first game starts at 2:00.
Relegation?
No,
relegation's 12:30.
So we'll probably come on around 1:00 tomorrow.
What time's relegation game?
12:30. I've said it 4 times.
So I heard.
Fuck. Oh my god, I just swore so bad. Oh, damn it.
How hard of hearing.
Dan, you worked me up so much. I just did. Oh my god. Dan got me so worked up over that. Sorry.
Oh, hard of hearing.
We apologize for the foul language from Frank.
Oh, this is so disappointing.
Oh, okay. Teams will be reseeded for the semis. Top seed.
Yeah, they will be.
Yeah. So.
Also, Jacob, I did learn this. They got rid of the bye in 2013. 2013.
I'm not crazy. There used to be a bye.
There used to be a.
That's what I thought.
Adam, you just muted yourself, bud.
Oh, I did. I unplugged itself. But I didn't say you were crazy before. I just said they don't do it, but I'm pretty sure it was 13 or 14 they got rid of it.
I thought there was a bye too, yeah.
I kept saying, oh yeah, the top team gets a bye.
Usually they do.
That was the same year. The year that they took away the bye was the year they started relegation. They started the relegation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so the relegation series went from 2013 or 14 to 23, and then they went to just single relegation game 2 years ago.
All 4 seeds win. Canada would play the States in the semis, and Sweden would play Czechia. I mean, lower seed, yeah, things would change. So, if I honestly think we'll see at least one upset.
Thank you, Lane.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dashko. Very dashing, man. I think there'll be at least one upset.
Yeah, me too.
I think so, yeah. It's such a tight tournament.
Well, would you consider Finland beating the States an upset, given the United States head into this higher than Finland?
I would say so, yeah. Would you consider
that an upset? I don't think so. But I would say Switzerland are more likely to upset than Latvia. I think Slovakia has a good chance, even and I do think Slovakia could cause Canada some serious issues. So I think it will be very interesting to see how things go tomorrow. I'm very interested to see. I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so
can you guys not tell how hyped up I am about?
Oh, it's gonna be a great day of hockey tomorrow. Holy cow! Even though tennis is my passion in the summertime, hockey's my passion in the winter.
So Dan, you're telling me the thing to get you this summer would be tennis tickets to a tennis game?
I would love to see a tennis game.
So there you go, guys. If you want to wine and dine Mr. Tennis, all you got to do is get tickets.
Well, I gotta go with what my name key says.
Tennis is his passion.
Yeah.
We may as well.
Ladies, if you want Dan, that's the way to his heart is tennis. It's not anything else. It's just tennis.
And
tennis is the way to dance.
Well,
let's take a look at some NBA games that happened today, because Dan always gets so upset we don't talk about the NBA much.
Oh!
Sorry, they were looking really good.
Sorry.
Well, the Raptors didn't play today. What happened, Adam?
No, but yesterday.
Oh, so 32 seconds left, and almost completed a pass. They got knocked out, and they were near. If they made that, then they were near field goal range. Whew, really close.
But in the NBA today, the Rockets took care of the Nets pretty easily. 120-96, which to be expected. The Brooklyn Nets kind of suck.
They do. They do.
We also had the Miami Heat take down the Detroit Pistons. There's a surprise, actually.
Wow, yeah.
Miami at 19-15. Pistons are 25-9. Detroit looks really good this year. It's taken them a few years, but they've drafted some strong players, and they're starting to look good. But the Heat leading the way for them. I guess Norman Powell thought it was the playoffs and became playoff Powell. 36 points, 7 3-pointers, 12 field goals made on top of 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Man, I really wish the Raptors kept Norman Powell. I loved him.
Yeah, he was good.
He was one of my favorites back in the day. 76ers took care of the Dallas Mavericks pretty easily, 123-108.
Ooh.
Dallas is not looking good this year at 12-23.
Yeah, they suck.
We have a tight one between Boston and Sacramento, which is surprising. 86-88, Sacramento with the 2-point lead towards the end of the third quarter. Sacramento sucks this year, but they're giving Boston everything they can have, everything they can handle.
Well, Boston are without Jason Tatum.
But you would still think a team that's 20-12 versus a team that's 8-25, even without your best player. Tied now going into the fourth quarter at 88 apiece. And we also have the Jazz and the Clippers halftime, 53-50, Clippers up by 3. And the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard leading the charge for them tonight with 20 points and 5 rebounds.
Ole Miss is into field goal range. What a pass that was.
Wow, sounds like some crazy college football to wrap up the day.
Oh, man. This is crazy.
My passion in the winter is no-name golf tournaments.
That's good. That's a good passion, I would say.
Key, you're very lucky I can't change your name in here, or else I totally change your name to no-name golf.
Yes.
And curling.
Yeah, I like curling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Actually, we'll have to talk about it. Tankard, the Ontario Championships, is coming up very soon.
Yeah.
We'll start next week, I believe. I know.
Where is that being hosted this year?
In Elmira.
Where's that?
I and I both have some colleagues who will be working on that one from our.
Where is out by Kitchener?
What? We do?
Yes.
Oh, is it Chris?
Yes.
Did I really just actually guess that right? That's crazy.
You did.
That's great.
Where's Amaya, Jacob? Out by
It's out by St. Jacobs.
Yeah, out by Kitchener. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So, yeah, exciting time in the curling world. Winner of that goes on to represent Ontario for the Canadian Championship.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, it looks like the NBA, not a lot. Actually, it looks like there's a decent amount more games going on tomorrow, but the Raptors still don't play. Raptors are off until the 3rd when they face the Hawks. What do you guys think, though, about Scotty Barnes not being voted in? I think it's more just, I will be honest, though, I just think it's because Canadian markets, kind of like the same reason why the World Junior ticket sales aren't doing as well in the States. I just don't know if Canadians care as much about basketball to take the time to go and vote for Scotty
Jacob,
Barnes.
he hasn't been voted in. Oh, I also want to say another big reason is because you used to be able to vote just by tweeting the player's name. You can no longer do that because the NBA thought that was too OP. And it's kind of a pain to go to the NBA website to go and vote. Or on the NBA app. It's just they made it
down overall, I've heard.
They made it way more difficult to vote than it needs to be now, and that's why I think Raptors players won't make it. 9 seconds left. Ole Miss is about to kick a field goal to win.
So you think Ole Miss is going to win? Quick prediction.
Yes, I do think they'll make it. It's like a 40. It's a makeable kick. It's like 47 yards, I think.
But that's not a chip shot.
Oh, Georgia. Oh, I think Ole Miss just took their foot. No, Georgia just tried to ice the kicker. They've iced the kicker, ladies and gentlemen.
Best thing to do in that situation.
Yep. Well, I shouldn't say it's exactly easy because people have missed a 47-yard field goal, but it's easy enough. It isn't the most difficult
a chip shot. I'd say anything over 40 is not really considered a chip shot.
Well, yeah, it's an easy, it's a simple enough kick. Wow, this is the anticipation is building.
So
I have no sound on right now, and it's
you got to let us know, Adam, if he makes it or not.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start losing my mind very quickly because this is a crazy game. This is crazy.
Do you think the kick will be made in the next 30 seconds?
Oh yeah, probably. They're just lining up now.
Let's see. I love putting in these timers at random. I think it's really
still gotta snap the ball. Oh, they're getting ready to go. There's the snap, the kick. It's good. Ole Miss has won the Sugar Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
Off a walk-off field goal.
6 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Georgia have to come up with a quick play here. They have to either, take the knee and then go for a crazy trick play, or we're going to see a trick play off the kick. This is crazy. This is wild. This is a wild game.
Wow.
So I think we'll stay on to the end to see how this game goes, and after that, we're probably going to wrap it up for the night.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So we're going to be on for 2 hours today.
So Lane has brought in an interesting stat here for us to mull over. A CFL passing percentage in 25. Toronto 77 pass, 22 run. Hamilton 68.9 pass, 33.1% run. Ottawa 68.7% pass, 33% run. Montreal 67.2 pass, 32.8 run. The BC Lions 66.8 pass, 33% run. Edmonton 65% pass, 34% run. I'm actually surprised. I thought Edmonton might have been higher than that, actually. Saskatchewan 62 to 37. Winnipeg 60 to basically 40. Calgary 50, basically 60-40 split.
Oh, they're running it out of the end zone. Sorry, Jacob. Oh my gosh, he just tripped it, threw it away. Oh my gosh. That was a that was a horrible play. He took it way out. Like it was like in the back of the end zone.
That?
He runs it out, slips as he's throwing it. The other guy on the other side slips where he's supposed to be catching the ball.
Why would you do that?
That was the worst play I've ever seen in my life. That was horrible. Oh my gosh, that was a horrible play.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
How much time's left, Adam or Frank?
There's none. It's done.
So it's over.
There's 6 seconds left.
What a weird way it ended.
Oh, that
What a
was
way to
horrible.
end your season.
Wow.
That was so bad. This is the second straight year Georgia I've just crashed out. Like, this is just bad.
You would think they were the Maple Leafs.
Oh, now they lost one game, and that was to Bama.
Sweet home
Sweet.
Alabama.
That was an embarrassing way to lose the Sugar Bowl. Holy
You
cow.
know what? On that bombshell, it is time for us to wrap up the show. Thank you very much, everyone who joined us at the Analyst Desk. We will be back again on the 2nd to preview the World Juniors. Make sure you stay locked into us and follow us on all the social medias where you get to see great shorts and great debates. And you get to even make fun of us in the comments if you want. Not too much.
He one of us?
Don't be too hurtful in the comment. Dan might cry. Look at his face. Don't make him cry.
Dan's a big crier. He's
He
a big
is.
crier.
So
He's an emotional wreck. By myself, I don't cry.
But thank you very much, everyone, joining us at the desk. Of course, I'm Jacob Moore, the sports analyst, joined by Frank, and tennis is my passion. Until next time, we'll see everyone back at the Analyst Desk. And remember, at the Analyst Desk, every day feels like game day.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Frank.